welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is doing great, having an awesome day. Today's video I'm sharing all of my dirty little secrets. Just kidding. I always get asked, what's the secret? If you can only pick one secret, what is it? What do you really stand by? I'm not saying you do all these at once. Some of these are, at one period of time this works, at one period of time that works. So it's a really well-rounded video because there's going to be something for everyone. You will learn something. Okay, so tip number one. What is tip number one? So none of these are in any special order. It's not like tip number one is the best, but tip number one is something that I mention all the time. I beat a dead horse. I tell everyone, do this, or at least try it, and that is fasted cardio. Why? Why do I like fasted cardio so much? So first let's talk about what is fasted cardio. Basically, fasted cardio is working out, doing your cardio or your workout first thing in the morning with no food in your stomach. Sometimes I cheat and I have my morning coffee, but that's it. No food in your stomach, because that's the whole point in doing fasted cardio. I believe that by doing fasted cardio, I'm able to burn more fat. So when I first started my fitness journey, I read that people that do fasted cardio can burn 20% more fat. So does that work for everybody? Maybe not. Is that something that everyone believes? Maybe not. But that is something that I can tell you from experience has worked for me. I've switched up a few things like my workout routine, as you guys know, but one thing that has stayed consistent for 2 years is fasted cardio. I feel super lean in the morning when I do it. You might be thinking, well, what's happening when I eat before a workout? So say you have like your oatmeal for breakfast and then you go and do cardio. It said that you're just burning off that breakfast. Whereas fasted cardio, you can start burning more fat because you don't have anything else in your stomach. Okay, so tip number two is all about food intolerances. So what I want you to do here is either cut out or significantly reduce food that you have an intolerance to. When you have foods that your body is intolerant to, it strikes up your insulin levels. And if you watch my channel a lot, we talk about this all the time. And when you spike insulin levels, that's when your blood sugar rises and your body wants to store more fat. Intolerance is something that maybe after you eat a certain food, you get nasally, you sneeze, you have terrible lower stomach pains or heartburn, or just there's certain foods you eat or drinks you have and you just feel so awful after having them. And possibly these things are really good, like in my situation, and you don't give them up. Another side effect of a food intolerance could be eczema, which I'm showing my hands because I have eczema on my hands. This started this year and I just can't seem to get rid of it. So recently I did something really cool to figure out, what are some foods I'm intolerant to? I really want to figure it out, and a great way is to use your blood to find out. So I did an at-home test. So pinnertest is an at-home kit. You get all the stuff you need to take your blood at home. You don't have to go to a lab or anything scary or go to the doctor or anything like that. And what it does is it figures out what your individual food intolerances are. And it's crazy. So it comes with this little kit. It comes with something to sterilize your finger. It comes with the finger pricker, which actually does not hurt. I'm afraid of the one at the doctor, but this one just felt like a rubber band. Like, it was not bad at all. You just follow the instructions, put it all in this envelope and send it out, and then they email you your test results. So I was really nervous. I was like, please don't be cheese. Please don't be coffee creamer. Like, I was like thinking of all the, please don't be butter. I was thinking of all the things like that I really love. And it turns out I have a food intolerance to corn. It makes a lot of sense now. When I said it to Jared, he was like, every time we go out for Mexican food, that's when I have corn. My hands get really itchy. I get lower stomach pains. For the longest time, I thought it was sour cream because I was thinking of all the things I have when I go to Mexican restaurants and I have a lot of sour cream. Turns out it's corn. Super easy. You do it at home. And I actually have a code. Go to their website and use code SAM60 for $60 off your pinner test. Definitely try it out. My third tip, and one of my biggest secrets with weight loss, if I could recommend only one thing, it would probably be, this would be up there. Yeah, this would be top on my list, is low carb. So there's like extremely low carb diets. There's like medium low carb diets. I consider myself lower. That's what I always tell people. I'm like, I'm on a lower carb diet. I'm not like extremely low, like the Atkins diet where they like actually count how low they go, or some other diets like that. I'm just on a lower carb diet. I just think that this really does work. A lot of people are really afraid to do it because they say things like, Well, carbs are good for you, which I agree with. They give you energy, they give you fuel, they make you feel full. You can't think without carbs, and I agree with all of that. What I'm saying though, on a lower carb diet, is all the carbs that do all those good things for you, that give you energy, that make you feel full, the right nutrition, all of those carbs are carbs that you can eat on a lower carb diet. What I'm saying to cut out is the breads, the pastas, the cereals, all of those like simple carbs that are usually higher in sugar. Carbs that are good for you, like avocados, sweet potatoes, stuff like that, those carbs usually are low in sugars. Oats that I use for my overnight oats, those are also, higher in carbs than maybe other foods that I eat, but they're also low in sugar, very few ingredients, and those are the carbs that are going to give you the energy. It's not going to be bread, it's not going to be, granola bars, it's not going to be cereals and all that. All of that is just processed, sugary foods. Spike up your insulin and you can start storing more fat. When I went on a lower carb diet and started eliminating those things, bread was one of the hardest things I had to give up because I ate a lot of bread during the day. I felt, by giving those things up, I felt so clear in the head. Like, I just can't explain it. Like, I used to wake up sometimes with like a little fog between my eyes. Like, I would just feel like, just kind of like foggy. Like, I don't know, I can't explain it. But I just would always wake up, sometimes with a headache, or like I said, like a fog, like just foggy. And when I gave up a lot of those simple sugar, simple carbs, I felt so like alive, light. Another thing that high carbs and high sugar foods do is they hold more water weight. They will hold more water in your stomach, which a lot of times people will confuse with, oh my gosh, I gained so much weight all of a sudden, when really it could just be a water weight issue. But a lot of that comes from eating a lot of carbs. Tip number 4. This one I actually have not done in a really long time, but say I was, had a photo shoot in like 2 days, or I was going on vacation, this would be something that I would do because I feel that I got serious results really fast, and that is intermittent fasting. Basically, intermittent fasting is just like a fancy way of saying eating patterns. That's it. It's just basically an eating pattern that you stick to for a period of time. I found for myself that I wasn't able to stick to this long term, and then what I read online is that most people that do intermittent fasting, it's like an in and out thing. They might do it a week here, skip a few weeks, do it again. It's not one of those things that you do every single day of your life from now until the day you die. Or maybe there's some people that do. I just know I couldn't, and I don't really do it anymore, like I said. But if I needed to get in shape real quick for something, I would do intermittent fasting because I did see great results with it. If you haven't heard of intermittent fasting, I'll kind of explain it like a very, very simple way now. So it's an eating pattern in which you pick a time frame here. So this is one block of time where you're eating, and then another block of time where you're fasting. And the most popular split, and this is a split that I did, was the 16-8 split. So you're fasting for 16 hours, and that includes when you're sleeping, so it's not like, so crazy, and then you're eating for 8 hours. So usually people with the 16-8 split, skip breakfast, they go right into lunch, and you eat from like, 12 p.m. till 7 p.m., and that's it. So basically you would have all your meals, you could technically have breakfast later if you wanted to, but at that time I would just be like, screw it, I'm having lunch. So I would have lunch, a snack, dinner, snack, maybe another snack here and there, and then by 7 p.m. be done. So you have basically all your same meals except breakfast, if that makes sense. One of my favorite things about intermittent fasting, and I still try to add into my routine every now and then, and that is to stop eating 4 hours before you go to bed. That way your body has time to digest and you're not just sleeping on all the food you just ate. Okay, so my next tip, and this is probably one of my famous tips that I always get questions about. I made this video kind of a while ago and I still always get comments on that video. I still always get comments on Snapchat, can you talk about that again? And that is my detox coffee, in which I make a cup of coffee and I take just like, I don't do any like crazy measurement. I just put a little coconut oil on a spoon, about this much, put it in my coffee, mix it around, and then add in what you normally would put in your coffee. So if you normally add creamer or milk or cashew milk like I do, then you basically just still mix it all in the way you normally would. You're just adding coconut oil. So the benefits of doing this is it speeds up your metabolism. When you're trying to lose weight, you need all the help that you can get. When you're trying to lose weight, this is a huge thing, especially if you sort of hit a plateau, or you've been doing the same thing for a while and you just need that extra kick in the morning. You don't have to do this every single morning, but at least incorporate this 3 days a week. If you want to do it once a day, that's totally fine too. But by doing this 3 days a week, you'll see what I mean, the difference. Like it gives you a burst of energy. That's what fat does. Fat makes you feel really good, makes you feel full, and it gives you energy. So it's definitely great that like it's kind of like a spicy kind of kick in your coffee, you know, like it does something. The other thing about adding this into your coffee, and this is why I call it my detox coffee, is this will clear you out. You will poop right away. And I know sometimes when people are starting a diet, a big thing is people could get constipated. You know, all those fit teas on Instagram and all those like detox teas, all they really do for people is they make them go to the bathroom and clear you out. So this is a natural way of doing it, a way more affordable way, because you can buy like a big jar of coconut oil from Trader Joe's. Water. How much do I talk about water in my videos? I even like to make pretty water, and basically I just call it that, but pretty water is putting fruit or mint in your water just to kind of spice it up if you're somebody that you're kind of like me. I don't love the taste of water, but I have to drink it in order to flush out water weight. Water is the key to weight loss. The reason why you need water to flush out water weight is because when your body is dehydrated, it's holding on to the water that it does have, and that's what makes you look puffy. So by drinking more water, you're flushing that out. You're peeing constantly, you know, when you're drinking a lot of water, you're flushing that out. Eventually, you're not going to pee as much as like you do in the beginning. Like you go from no water, then you start drinking a ton of water, and you're like always going to the bathroom. That eventually slows down. You don't do that as much. But like I said, water is very important for flushing out water weight. It's important for sugar cravings. When we're dehydrated, when we've gone so long without water, you know, you wake up, you have your morning coffee, then you have your energy drink. Then before you know it, it's 2 p.m., you didn't even have water yet, and now you're like, I want something sweet. Your body's just like, give me water, I'm dehydrated. So water is a great thing for weight loss. It flushes everything out, it keeps you full. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to see a part 2 with more tips, then just comment that down below. Also follow me on Instagram and Snapchat for more behind the scenes, more meal ideas, and just more positivity and encouragement, more just like, let's do this together. Let's be in this together and figure this whole weight loss thing out. So I love you guys so much. Make sure to check out my ab meal plan. I also have a law of attraction plan on there as well. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.